Welcome to the Woodworkers video on how to measure up for plantation shutters. What we do at Woodworkers is try to provide a quality product for the most economical price possible. And how do we do this? Well, we get you involved in the process. So we don't have salespeople that spend all day going around measuring up for potential jobs. What we do instead is ask you to measure up the actual window, door frame, whichever it is. You provide us with these rough sizes. We then work from those sizes, give you a quote. If you're happy with the quote, we take a 50% deposit, and then what we'll do is send our installer out to site. He'll take all the exact measurements. These can then go into production. It is a little bit of work on your part, but at the end of the day it can save you a lot of money. Not all of you have actually measured up for a window before, and you're probably not used to using a tape measure, so we'll actually go out onto site, have a look, see how this is done. It's a very simple process, and we'll just show you exactly what to do. Okay, here we are on site. So now what we have to do is decide, is it going to be an inside mount or an outside mount? Basically the difference between the two is an inside mount means the shutter goes on the inside of the frame, an outside mount means the shutter goes on the outside of the architrave. This framing or this timber that surrounds the window is known as the architrave. Now the deciding factor here really is how much space you've got between where the shutter is going to be placed and the actual hardware. So as a rule of thumb, generally if you've got a timber window, it's going to be an outside mount, and if you've got an aluminium window, it would be an inside mount. I'll just show you what I mean here. If I put this shutter in place, and we can see if we operate the blade, then it's actually going to catch the hardware. So we can't do an inside mount, it would have to go onto the outside. Okay, the only tool that we actually need here is a tape measure. So in this instance, because we don't have a lot of space, it's a timber window, the shutters are actually going to be an outside mount, so we need to measure from the outside of the architrave to the outside of the architrave. So all we do is put the tape measure on here, we look along, we take the measurement here, which in this case is 983, and that's the width of the window. For the height, we go from the top of the architrave to the bottom of the architrave, take a measurement. In this instance, it's 1255 millimeters. So they're the only two measurements that we need. So let's go off now and measure up an aluminium window. Okay, so here we are in the real world with an aluminium window. So as I say, rule of thumb with an aluminium window is you can take an inside measurement. The reason for that is you have more space in the reveal. So when the panel goes there, the blade can move and it's not going to catch on a handle. So if we're going to take an inside measurement, we measure from the inside of the upright on both sides and the inside from the head to the sill. So the first measurement we take is the width. So we put the tape on the inside and we go to the inside here and take that measurement. In this instance it's 1500. The second measurement we take is the height, which is from the inside at the top to the inside at the bottom. And in this instance it's 1800. Okay, so now we've seen how to measure for an outside mount on a timber window and an inside mount on an aluminium window. The only other thing you need to worry about is to measure up for a door. So 95% of the cases on a door you need to measure exactly the same as an outside mount. So you go from the outside of the architrave on both sides and from the floor to the top of the architrave. So here we are a few weeks later. We've taken down the curtains, we've installed the shutters, we now have better light control, heat control, and the job looks brilliant. Alright, so now we've been out to site, you've actually seen how to measure up. So if you can provide those measurements to us, just ring them through to our sales guys. They'll follow it up with a quotation and we'll get the ball rolling for you.